the news tonight, the President House of Assembly moves to strengthen governance at grassroots. Plus, INEC set to resume final phase of continuous voter registration. Assalamu alaikum and welcome to NTA News. I am Abdul Hakim Ahmad Yaqub. Today begins 18th Zulqa'dah 1447 after Hijrah of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, which is equivalent to 6 May 2026. The President House of Assembly has adopted the 2023 Local Government Auditor General's report. The Deputy Speaker announced this after receiving the final report from the House Committee on Public Account. Correspondent Muhammad Abubakar completes the report.
Sequel to the sitting number 23 of Wednesday, 7th August 2024, the Auditor General Local Government Annual Report was presented, deliberated and referred to the House Committee on Public Accounts for scrutiny. Presenting the final report before the House members, the chairman of the committee, Shamsuddin Hassan Bosco, member representing Talata Mafara North, read out 13 observations and 11 recommendations for onward submission to the Local Government Auditor General.
That all local councils should, as a matter of urgency, streamline all its activities on revenue generations in accordance with current Nigeria's new Revenue Act and state revenue law.
After a series of contributions from some members on the recommendations of the report, the Deputy Speaker, Adamu Aliyu Gumi, passed and adopted all the recommendations of the committee.
This Honorable House has resolved with almost consent and adopts recommendations number 1, 2 of the 14 local government Auditor General report of Zamfara State for the fiscal year 2023 and to be transmitted to the Office of the Local Government Auditor General for awards actions and
With the findings of the committee, all the local government council funds will be in full control for the overall development of the states. From Zamfara State House of Assembly, Mariam Njuma, NTA News.
We sincerely apologize as the report was presented by Mariam Njuma. The Independent National Election Commission, INEC, said the final phase of continuous voter registration exercise ahead of 2027 elections will commence from Monday, May 11th to Friday, 10th July. Alhaji Sani Abdullah Shankafi, popularly May Afga, has appealed to the members of All Progressive Congress in North Central District to nominate him as the candidate to represent the zone in the Red Chamber come 2027 general elections. He made the plea while presenting the Senate nomination form to the members of Wamban Shankafi Democratic Front in Gusau. Correspondent Murtala Bala, tell us more.
The leader of the Wamban Shinkafi Democratic Front, Sani Abdullahi Shinkafi, has declared interest in the contest of senatorial position in the 2027 general elections. Presenting the Senate nomination form to the members of the political group, Sani Abdullahi called on the members of the All Progressives Congress in the area to nominate him as the candidate to represent the zone in the Red Chamber.
This form is a form to fight poverty. This form is bound to bring infrastructure deployment and other legislative duties.
Alhaji Sani, who expressed readiness to ensure good representation of the zone, assured massive constituency projects if given the mandate.
I will make sure that all the money budgeted for constituency projects will be executed and utilized judiciously for the benefit of our masses.
Some members of the Wamban Shinkafi Democratic Front reaffirmed their total support for the success of all candidates of APC. It could be recalled that Sani Shinkafi and his supporters have recently endorsed the re-election of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Governor Dauda Lawal in the forthcoming general elections. In Gusau, Murtala Bala, NTA News.
Intending pilgrims in Zamfara State have been advised to acquire adequate knowledge of hard rights to ensure a successful and acceptable pilgrimage. A renowned Islamic scholar in the state, Sheikh Mansour Ahmad Makaranta, gave the advice while presenting weekly preaching at Gusau-NG praying ground. Muhammad and Saidu was there.
Hajj, as one of the 5 pillars of Islam, requires strict adherence to the laid-down religious guidelines for it to be valid and accepted. It is against this backdrop that Zamfara State Ministry for Religious Affairs organized this week's preaching session to enlighten Muslim faithful, particularly prospective pilgrims, on the spiritual significance of the exercise. Delivering the preaching, Malam Mansour Ahmad Makaranta emphasized piety, sincerity of intention, and proper knowledge of the rites as essential requirements for a successful Hajj. The cleric also highlighted key components of the Hajj, including intention, tawaf, that is circumambulation of the Kaaba, sa'i between Safa and Marwa, and standing at Arafat. He further warned against prohibited acts during the pilgrimage and urged intending pilgrims to ensure that their journey is funded through lawful means. In a remark, the representative of Zamfara State Governor commended the scholar for the enlightenment sermon and urged pilgrims to put the teaching into practice. The session attracted a large number of Muslim faithful in Gusau. Muhammad Dan Saidu, NTA News.
Participants of a 3-month industrial training course at NTA Gusau have been charged to equip themselves with the necessary skills and knowledge required to excel in journalism. General Manager of the station, Zainab Saidu Abdul Nasir, gave the charge during the send-forth ceremony held at NTA Gusau. Correspondent Umar Adamu, Dinawa.
Student of the Department of Mass Communications and Zamfara State College of Art and Sciences, Zakas Gusau, organized the ceremony after completing their 3-month industrial training at NTA Gusau. In her address, the station's general manager, Zainab Saidu Abdul Nasir, encouraged the students to develop themselves skillfully and intellectually to compete favorably in the journalism profession. She appreciated management of the college for choosing NTA Gusau as a practical training ground for their students.
As far as journalism is concerned, you have not even started. Because after this schooling, you also need to do personal upgrade. You need to personally develop yourself. Because information technology is fast moving, faster than you can imagine. Every day something new comes up.
The Manager News and Current Affairs Department, NTA Gusau, Zara Musa, applauded the students for their zeal to learn, but emphasized the need to improve their reading skills and vocabulary to meet professional standards.
I congratulate you, and I want you to go and tell your teachers or lecturers what you have learned by doing the practical aspect, now that you have your own studio.
Speaking on behalf of the students, Head of Department Mass Communication, represented by Ibrahim Tukur Anka, described NTA Gusau as one of the best training grounds for mass communication students in the state. He asked the graduate students to share the knowledge they acquired to their colleagues at the college.
On behalf of management of Zamfara College of Art, Science and Technology Gusau, we most sincerely appreciate each and every one of you, and most importantly the entire leadership of NTA Gusau for their tireless effort and commitment towards grooming our students.
Other speakers at the ceremony included the Manager Administration, Maryam Mustafa, Manager News, Abdul Hakim Ahmad Yaqub, Manager Programs, Bello Galadima, and Manager Engineering, Yusuf Yahaya, who commended the students for organizing the event, while urging them to be more committed to their studies and strive for excellence. The high point of the ceremony was the presentation of an award and certificate of appreciation to the head of the Department of News and Current Affairs, NTA Gusau, and the Manager News and Current Affairs of the station. In Gusau, Umar Adamu Dinawa, NTA News.
Troops of Sector 2 Operation Pansanyama have intensified offensive operations against terrorist elements in Zamfara State, neutralizing 2 terrorists and recovering weapons during a series of coordinated clearance missions. The operations conducted in the early hours of 4th May 2020 has been the news tonight. We thank you for watching. Good night and assalamu alaikum.